Hello, welcome back. My name is Ellie. Today is day 29 of voice training. I'm doing a 90-day challenge where I want to work on my voice, doing some voice feminization every day for 90 days. Now, like I said, we are day 29. This is our 29th day of learning, practicing, just doing a little bit every day. And I don't know how Casey Neistat did it. Doing this every day is a lot, and his videos were so good. I'm not doing any editing. uh, I think I think that means I gotta start working on my time management. But let's jump into it. I want to watch some more videos by trans voice lessons. I hear, oh my gosh, I hear so many great things about them. I like the videos that I've seen so far, so I think I want to stick with watching their videos. So let's jump into it.
Hey everyone, it's Z from transvoicelessons.com, and in this video, I want to demonstrate the differences between resonance and pitch. One of the most difficult aspects of altering the voice is learning to separate your resonance from your pitch. When you finally manage to detangle these two crucial elements, a vast world of sound will be rewarded to you. Alright, the way I like to think about this is with a simple X and Y graph, okay? So on this graph, the Y-axis represents pitch from high to low. And the X-axis will represent resonance from dark to bright, okay? So sit back, get comfortable, and I'm going to show your ear the difference between resonance and pitch once and for all. Wherever I drag the indicator, that's the sound I'll do my best to make. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to start kind of in the middle of the female average here, and I'm just going to slowly start to bring the pitch down a little bit on that one. So now I'm in the kind of bottom part of the female average here, and then I'm actually just going to go all the way up into the very extreme corner of the female voice. Now, I'm actually brighter and higher than a lot of female voices, and what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take this, I'm going to keep the resonance the exact same, and I'm just going to slowly start to bring the pitch down over time, but I'm going to keep the resonance the exact same, okay? And now I'm all the way down here with like a lower pitch, but I have really, really bright resonance, okay? And then I'm just going to slowly start to bring the pitch back up on that, okay? And now I'm back up here in the very, very brightest.
That's so cool to listen to someone who has so much control and skill over their voice. That's so cool.
Of the possible sounds that exist, and I'm gonna keep my pitch the exact same, but now I'm just gonna slowly start to darken my voice, okay? But I'm still here pretty high in pitch, but I'm just quite dark with my voice, okay? And now I'm just gonna go ahead and start to brighten it back up until I end up back up here, okay? And then I'm just gonna slowly start to darken the resonance again, and now I'm just gonna slowly start to bring the pitch down while I'm also keeping it nice and dark and everything like that, and then I end up with something like here, okay? And now I'm actually gonna just slowly start to bring this into the very middle of the androgyny zone. For me, this is kind of what I interpret my own voice as androgynous with. And now I'm just going to slowly start to bring it back up into a linear area and feminine. And now I am bright and feminine, slightly higher and brighter than the female average, okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start to lower the pitch a bit, right? And I'm going to end up with like a kind of like richer but like brighter like female voice, right? Okay, so
right
now
there.
I'm going
I
to
want
start
there.
right in the middle.
I want that, like right there. Yeah.
The female average, and then I'm gonna try and do a linear transform to male and back, okay? So this means I'll move across both axes equally. So here I am, and then I'm just gonna slowly start to make the voice bigger until I'm here, and then I'm slowly just going to start to undo the exact same until I'm like back up here, okay? And now I'm gonna go from like a really bright feminine sound all the way to like a really, really dark and heavy sound. Something to take note of is that if I keep my voice very dark, but I just start to go up in pitch like this, I actually don't really pass, which is a wonderful example of why pitch is not the element that gets you gendered. In fact, now what I'm gonna do is show how if I'm very, very high pitched but very dark, and then I just go across the chart all the way on the other end. If I'm very, very low but I'm very, very bright, I'll still sound female. So what we can obtain from this is that What matters a lot more is the resonance, okay? And you can see the way that the colors are orientated on this, where the purple androgynous zone.
Yeah, that is crazy. So you can work on your pitch all you want, but you're still, you still won't, probably more often than not, you won't get perceived feminine. But when you work on the resonance and you don't have to work on the pitch, more likely to be perceived as more feminine. That's so fascinating. Huh.
Is it's not equal. Resonance strongly controls the perception of the voice. And the ability to change your resonance mid-speech without actually changing your pitch is an incredibly useful tool. A lot more useful than learning to change your pitch without changing your resonance. Yeah, and now I'm actually gonna speak in like an actual like true androgynous zone, like right here, right? And then I'm just gonna slowly start to bring the pitch up a little bit right there. Okay, and then now we start to get in something that sounds a bit female, and now I'm gonna go back to the actual true androgyny sound right here, right? And then I'm just gonna start to bring the pitch down, and then I'll bring the resonance. And then I'll bring the resonance down here, which will kind of be in the section here. And then I'm just going to start to do a completely linear transformation up into the slightly higher female average over here, okay? And then, like, I'm just going to sort of start to bend the resonance a little bit darker until I'm over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and make it brighter again over here. Yeah, heat from fire. Like, now I'm, like, all the way up here in this, like, super, super, super bright area, right? And then I'm just gonna slowly start to bring it across the chart until I'm back to here. And now I'm actually, like, back into, like, a true androgynous area, which is sort of a neutral pitch zone with, like, not dark, but actually I'm more, like, right here, which is kind of bright. Okay, so here I am, like, a little bit higher than the female average.
So, I know it might sound like we're just listening a lot more than we need to, but like this title, the video of this title, the title of this video, ear training. I wanted to constantly be listening and learning and practicing my ear training so I can recognize the difference between pitch and resonance. Because I still don't think I'm quite there, but over time with practice and training, hopefully we'll get to where this person is, because that's very, very talented.
Yeah, now I'm like definitely like in the female average, okay? And then I'm just gonna kind of darken this up even more, but I'm gonna try and say female, right? And then I'm gonna kind of keep going with that, and then I'll end up in kind of like a true androgyny zone where I'm not like that dark or that high. And then I'm gonna slowly start to go a little bit darker with it, right? And then I'm gonna just keep broadening up and also moving the pitch down a little bit until I'm like all the way down here, okay? So this is like a very heavy section here, and I'm right here, and then I'm just gonna slowly start to bring the pitch and the resonance up on this one until I'm back into like a sort of lower female average area right here, right? Now if you're looking for those kind of all right, so now if I start in the middle of the female average, if you're looking for those sort of dark, rich female voices, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna bring the pitch down, right, until you're sort of on the outer boundaries of where you would typically see like voices. This is sort of a more like kind of butch female kind of sound, right? My pitch is pretty low, but I'm still bright. The lower I go in order to stay female, I'll need to get brighter and brighter and brighter until like here I'm at the very lowest pitch I can produce, but I'm like as bright as I can possibly be, right? Now this section over here is very interesting. This is like a really, really high pitched voice, but it's so this is like a really interesting section. It's like a high pitched voice, but it's very dark, right? I'm actually gonna go even darker. And then I'm just gonna slowly start to write in the resonance until I'm I'm maybe like a little bit more feminine than the female average, right? And then I'm just gonna slowly start to bring the pitch down over time until I'm back to here, right? Alright, I want you to understand that there are essentially 4 or 5 primary sounds you need to get in your ear. You need to get the female average in your ear. You need to get like the male average in your ear. You need to get the dark resonance but a high pitch. And you need to get the bright resonance but a low pitch in your ear. Those 4 sounds are so crucial, and you can troubleshoot a lot about your voice depending on how you compare it to those sounds. If you start to change your voice,
Yeah, I like that, the troubleshoot where your voice is to where you want it to be. Um, but yeah, you definitely have to know and train your ear and be able to pick what a voice is. And yeah, so I definitely want to I want to do it all. I want to learn, understand, practice, exercise. Oh gosh, back to the goal of time management.
and you feel like you sound boyish or sort of boyish and kind of fake, well, that would probably mean you need your resonance to go brighter and your pitch is fine. If you sound too brassy and buzzy, that might indicate that your pitch needs to go up.
What was this? All technique which changes resonance can and should be independently controlled from pitch. Okay. Conceptualizing elements as a two-dimensional space allows you to simplify what you hear, feel, and what you create down to a few key sounds. Okay, yeah, I think that does help. Kind of breaking it down, separating it. So, resonance, bright, dark. Okay. Critically listen to all of these sounds. You can actually train your ear to hear a greater amount of detail. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to train my ear, just like we're training the muscles in our throat to move our voice around.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. The big takeaways from this: you should start viewing your voice as a 2-dimensional thing. In reality, though, it's like an 8-dimensional thing, or maybe even more. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how many dimensions we could map it to. But you want to learn how to separate your resonance from your pitch, okay? They are entirely different elements, and I hope you can use these recordings to help you hear that and further develop that capability. If you have any questions whatsoever, please leave a comment below.
Yeah, I think I want to watch a lot more videos of trans voice lessons. I've heard so much about them. Okay. So yeah, I think that'll be it for today. I think tomorrow, I don't know when, but I want to start recording this in the morning and figuring out some practice and exercise that I can do during the day. But yeah, I guess that'll be it. I will see y'all tomorrow.